For centuries, immortals have moved silently among us, knowing that in the end there could be only one. But now, in this world, in this time,
I don't care about the game. I don't care about the rules.
a supernatural enemy has grown too strong for any immortal to face alone.
He surrounded himself by immortals loyal only to him.
There has never been a more powerful immortal.
They're the worst.
What has always been a fight for one
Neither one of us can beat him alone.
has now become a battle two must face
You and Connor are like brothers.
together.
One of us has to die now, and you know it.
Highlander Endgame.
ZIOAN, let's go, boy!
Again, Queen's not coming back in this soundtrack.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Shit, it's live. I have my eyes closed the whole time.
ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're almost near the end of the Highlander journey, and we're talking about Highlander Endgame, a movie that I saw in theaters, and a movie that got beat out by Bring It On opening weekend. So that should already tell you where it was at.
I watched Bring It On. I think I saw it in theaters or whatever, but I think I picked the right choice.
In fact, Highlander Endgame was the only new opening weekend movie that weekend it came out, and it got beat out by Bring It On, which isn't shocking because Bring It On was like the runaway hit for all the teenagers. Because I'm gonna say it like this: Highlander at this point, the TV series is over. WB, they were starting to switch gears into the teenage affairs because they were showing Buffy, obviously. They were showing, I think, was Dawson's Creek on WB?
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it wouldn't, like I say, whatever little comparison you're gonna make, it wouldn't matter because
No.
Highlander was fucking syndicated, so it didn't have nothing to do with that.
What I'm saying is it was syndicated, but it was still their main draw and stuff. And at that point, they were starting to move away from Xena syndication, Hercules syndication, Highlander syndication. They were moving away from that, and they were moving towards the teenage stuff, you know, as their bread and butter on the channel and stuff. And yeah.
But you're all right. You are right. You're all right. I think as far as syndication was changing up also.
Yeah,
it was changing up because you have a whole bunch of new shows that are on the air, and on top of that, especially during that time, it wasn't the original content that was being syndicated. Mm-hmm. They were going through a tough time because reruns of The Simpsons were beating it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so Highlander Endgame was pretty much like, all right, guys, if we're gonna finish out this series and stuff, we might as well just do what we kept saying we were gonna do for a while and cross streams and combine the movies and the TV universe into one big send-off of the series and stuff, you know. And we got Highlander Endgame, and I remember the trailer. I was fucking hype. Me in high school, I was like, "Oh shit, Highlander, yeah!" You know.
You know what this movie reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of the last. Not of H2O. What was that? Halloween 5, the one with Paul Rudd.
Yeah, that one.
It reminds me of that, where it's just wrong. Everything is just so 90s and wrong.
Yeah, and I mean the TV series, much like I said before with the Highlander series and stuff, unlike 2 where they went way off rails and retconning shit, Endgame basically took a page from the TV series. So couple of rules that got kicked into place. In the TV series, we found out that people that have hints of potential to be immortals, they only become immortal if they go through something dire, like say a car accident, or in one of the characters that you see in the first episode, Richie, he got stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got stabbed because Duncan's girlfriend got killed when both of them got mugged. He got killed, she got killed, but he wakes up and it's like, oh shit, he's an immortal.
And then there was that one episode where they explained it. I forgot that villain where he like died in like World War One. Like he got it, like he exploded, but he was like still like intact or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, and the show, to its credit, they show some of the people, because it was very much villain of the week affairs. If you want to feel about
it really was. I would say villain of the couple weeks before they kill them off.
Yeah, it was villain of the week, except for like a couple of them. Like one of the characters that you see in Endgame, Mythos, he's pretty much a longtime friend, just like Connor is for Duncan. And we find out like one of their main enemies from way back in the day, he was part of the Four Horsemen. And shit. And it's so weird because I was like, the Four Horsemen, they were real? Oh, all right, cool.
Then and the other thing that the television show did a lot more, they took the holy ground rule a lot more seriously.
Yeah,
they really did. I never understood why, but they did.
It was like, you in the church, you don't bring a sword in the church. It's like, oh, they really
Duncan, what do you? I mean, you heard this twice, Duncan. Don't you dare do it in holy ground.
Every time. And the funny thing about the TV show,
are you mad, man? This is holy ground.
The crazy part about the TV show was that it was filmed in Canada, even though the setting was supposed to be in Washington, which I'm like, well, that makes sense because Washington is right there near Canada, so whatever. But the stipulation was they wanted to make it an international series. That's why the second half of the series, like I think season 3 going to the end, it took place in Paris, if you remember.
Yeah.
So
and that's what, the whole Highlander series. And when I watched it, there are some good stuff there and stuff. But the first episode, I didn't know the members of Retribution was actually going to be on that.
Sir, that was the Kurgan, but you're right. Retribution did make a cameo appearance 15, 20 years earlier, but you're right.
You know what? I just like the fact that all you needed was S&M gear. That's all you needed for a lot of people. That's really all you needed.
The cop.
Hey, get that nigga a gag.
The cop from Night Court was the Kurgan, and I was like, I can't take you seriously, man. You're still a comedian.
Yeah, he was. One of the bald-headed motherfucker. I forgot his name.
The dude from Sidekicks, and I was like, I can't take you seriously as the Kurgan, man. But you're trying. You're trying so hard.
Yo, back in the day, that's all you needed. Let's get it. That's all we need, man.
And when you got to the end of Highlander, the TV series, the last season was basically a test run for the Raven TV series, but you kind of ended on the note that Duncan had killed Richie because he apparently killed an even immortal that had the spirit of the devil. That's how weird the series got at that point.
It had to, because again, you had to. This is one of those situations where, okay, where are we going to travel with this whole plot of there are more immortals and all the rest of that. And they had the goalposts. They had to move the goalposts a couple times. Yeah. And that's the unfortunate thing about any television show that's based off of a movie. You have to fucking move the goddamn goalposts.
And the kicker is,
so it can make sense.
And the kicker was that, like, you had some immortals in the TV series. You kind of found out, like Mythos, for example, they didn't want to take part in the game. So Mythos would just do this shit like he'll just fucking ninja vanish for like hundreds of years and then pop back up.
Chill.
And just
be
chilling. He got a mansion and he's just chilling somewhere and stuff. And it's like
he did. He pretty much did what. And Anne Rice fans are gonna like me for this. He did what Armand did in the Anne Rice vampire novels, where he was there. He was just always there. Antonio and Banderas it up in the background. Yeah. Not giving a shit. Yeah, vampires are vampires, but I'm over here. Yeah. Y'all can have fun. Y'all bore me. And then. Well, I'm not going into that little storyline, but anyway.
And then the TV show, which is going to segue into Endgame, they introduced the Watchers, and one of them was Dawson, who was Duncan's boy and stuff. And the Watchers are pretty much just historians that they basically write down all the stuff from Immortals and all the battles and their history and all that stuff. Basically, they don't interfere. They just record, fight.
AKA FGC commentators.
Yeah, that's all they do. They just
sit back and chill. They just sit back and chill and watch everything.
And if you were to tell me that Endgame was going to turn into Saiyan Saga / Frieza Saga DBZ with, hey, Duncan, your power level isn't quite high enough to face off against Kale. You know, he killed 600, you only killed 300, you're not quite there. I would have been like, you're full of shit. But apparently that's what the premise of this movie is.
You know what I also love about that too, CJ, is the fact that they showed up, told him what the deal was with his power, disappeared, never came back again.
Oh, you didn't see the producer's cut where there was a subplot involving the fact that some of the Watchers went renegade and was helping out Kill with those kills.
Yeah. And by the way, funny enough, in the TV series, there was a Watcher and Immortal War that was going to happen. But
they were supposed to do that, and it never happened. They had all these ideas, and the series just ended, and it was like it just sat on there. And they had that subplot in the director's cut of Highlander, and I'm just sitting back like, that could have went somewhere, but you just have Dawson shooting a dude trying to snipe Duncan out the blue, and I'm like, what? I'm like, all right, cool, I guess. And stuff.
Yeah, I actually like the fact that they had like multiple stuff because they have been this original cut in the movie, it felt like when watching it is like, what is this? It seems that they really wanted to just say this is like the rules don't mean anything or something.
Kill's the one that said fuck the rules, and the other Watchers like, well, if he doesn't care about the rules, I guess we gotta go renegade, and that's what happened.
But that in the original
heard
cut,
what the main villain said, guys, let's do it.
But in the original cut, actually, Colin McLeod, there was actually a scene in the graveyard. He said, and then you had like Doug said, what about the rules? The concept, the rules be damned. I'm like, wow.
They're just like, wow. They're just like, I mean, Kale, you get, because Kale is just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about the rules. I'm like, all right, he's the bad guy. Of course, he's gonna say that.
Hey, ever since Kane said fuck the rules, I've been going with that.
No, sir. Kane said fuck church. He's an atheist. There's a difference. There's a huge difference.
You're both wrong. He said, I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, fair.
And then the toy
basically he's saying that he
village
is God.
goes up.
Blasphemous.
Dude, Kill said fuck the rules, but it's like, dude, don't you got like crosses on the bottom of your shoes? You're like Edge Lord Jesus.
Which, by the way, CJ, low key, I kind of want those shoes.
Yes.
That is some look. He might as well go on ahead and wear JDF's fucking Jesus.
It was the black on silver. It was the black on silver.
It's the black on silver. I'm like, I like.
Only thing
I
missing,
want those shoes.
Only thing missing was a Jesus didn't tap shirt when he's walking into the church. That's the only thing that's missing.
I'm surprised Kanye West didn't make those shoes yet.
I mean, and now here's the thing.
Let's be real. I thought Kanye was going to just walk in those, like, during his presidential run with those shoes and such, like right there.
You made a good segue. I gotta appreciate the energy of Dame Dash in this movie. He wanted to be a boss. He did boss shit, and he got his head cut off for it. Congrats. You kept that same energy, sir.
Excuse me. Hi, DJ Suit 3 Black Geeks. I have some discrepancies I need to point out about said Dame Dash's character. When the fight broke out, and this is one of many super lackluster fights in this movie, the fight broke out, and he got his one cut with his weapon, right?
Wolverine claws. With
the Wolverine claws, and he said, and I quote, "Told you I was going to cut you." Pause. When the hell did you ever say that?
I got a better question for you.
No, hold on, D. You had no line of dialogue until that moment.
Hey, Eris, I raised you one better, Eris. I raised you. When did you say that to me, too? Who the fuck are you?
By the way, do you know who the character's name is? Damon Dash's character's name is called Carlos Dash.
He ain't lying. It's Carlos Dash, and I'm guaranteeing
you. Carlos Dash.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, Dame wanted that in the fucking script, and they gave it to him.
Yeah, because that's my granddaddy's name, man. I'm happy. Yeah, y'all didn't know. I'm Dominican, nigga.
Here's the other problem, though. Here's the problem with that. He might have pushed for it and got his wish. It would have been great if somebody actually referred to his character by using his full name.
Well, that tells you how Kale, again. He has the I only need one nigga rule, so that's why Dame Dash got killed.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I'm just saying it's like
no, he got killed because
also he didn't follow the rules. I don't know what the rules were, but he didn't follow them. That's what he got.
Kill told him to stop.
No, the rules were I told you to stop.
and he pulled a Dame Dash move. And I'm like, well, you can't really be mad. He cut your head off, dog.
Now you can go back to dancing shirtless in Jay-Z videos. So
exactly, pushing Armadale and all that shit.
Like pushing Armadale and looking like you really have no desire to be in any Rockefeller video.
Probably got
so
paid.
So that's what you're gonna do? You're just gonna cut on the nigga head. See, if I was a white person, you wouldn't do that shit.
Meanwhile, the fucking bald-headed brother with fucking Stevie Wonder dreads is sitting there. They're like, "Hey, I follow the rules, dog. I don't know what to tell you, man."
Now, hold on. He doesn't know this, but we see that same dude you're talking about, CJ. He actually there was a cut of it. There was a deleted scene where he low key whispered over to Donnie Yen saying, "Jay-Z told him to do
that." You looking at Donnie like, "How the hell you know about Jay-Z, sir?" Yo, first off, this is what? Out of all of Donnie Yen's American efforts, I will stay on this hill for this. I think Shanghai Nights was probably one of his better American movies, personally.
Ew.
And only because it felt like he had more to do in that compared to Blade 2, compared to this. It's like, because Blade 2, it felt like he got that one scene where he kicked that one vampire in the club.
He kicked the fucking Reaper. Yeah. Chris, I'm sorry. I know we like to put him up there and say, wow, he looked cool doing that one kick. No, Blade 2 is by far Donnie Yen's least involved picture.
He had that one move and then he get killed in the sewers, just like what?
Yeah, and he gets killed. And
then like Highlander 2, he had that one scene with Duncan, which is probably one of the better fights in the movie and stuff, because again, these are two people that
fight.
Hey,
fight.
Donnie Yen and Adrian Paul, that was actually a pretty good choreographed fight.
That was probably the only halfway decent one.
Yes,
but other than that, his intro in the at the church, seeing that scene made me say, yo, Donnie Yen got robbed of becoming a superstar because of this movie.
Yes, but I would take this movie over Mulan, which
we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about
Mulan. First, the only upside to that is Donnie Yen got a fat Disney check, so he's like, fuck it, I got paid, I'm good. This one, I'm like, Dane got paid a cheese sandwich, and I'm looking at Donnie like, so Donnie, how much
you know what?
You get paid?
I'm going to say it. Actually, I'm going to say it. Dame got overpaid.
You think so?
Whatever they gave Dame, it was already too much.
Yep.
And you know what? And he asked for something ridiculous as hell. You already know he did.
So he didn't even get SAG minimum wage. God damn, you might be right on that one. You might be right.
Hey, D, you want to know what it was? He got 5% of that movie's whole budget.
Ooh. With stuff like this, I want a piece of it, man. Come on, man. I'm in the movie.
I can get black folks. I can get black folks to see this, man.
I can get black folks.
Get black people to see this. Give them a speech. You know what I'm saying? They see somebody else. They see themselves up there. You know what I mean?
Which in and of itself is false, because black women love Adrian Paul, so Dame really couldn't even win that fight on that end. So.
I'm just saying, every black girl I know that watch Highlander wants to fuck Adrian Paul. So
it's like, Dame, you didn't win that fight, because it's like.
And let me make it very clear, hey Chris, let me specify. They want to fuck Adrian Paul.
Exactly. So it's like, and I want to be perfectly clear. Number one, I love, before we get to Duncan and Kate, I like how he basically told Kate, I still beat though. And that was like perfect.
He did.
Yeah, he did. I was like, that's undefeated. No woman can ever counter I still beat though.
Yep.
You can't. You really can't.
Hey Kate, I got a question. So where did you come from? You weren't even in a TV show. Who are you?
This is one of Duncan's wives that he married. So Duncan did a asshole move. Which I kind of get, but at the same time, it's like, damn, that's a dick move there, Duncan.
Why right after sex though? But why right after sex?
Maybe he was just like, maybe that was a move. That was part of a move or something. Because let's be real, if you're an immortal, they'd probably know every little freaky deaky type of thing in the bedroom. Every single one, they know everyone, and probably did at least a minimum 5 or 10 times per decade.
I mean, to answer that question, it was in the moment.
Yeah.
Shut up!
All I know is Duncan pulled a dick move. He had a conversation with Connor, and Connor was like, "Did you tell Kate?" And he's like, and Duncan did the whole silent, which is like, "Yeah, you didn't tell her shit, did you?" And he's like, "No," but it's kind of like Duncan's going to do something stupid. because come on, you know, Connor, we've seen in the Highlander movies up to this point, whenever he gets in love, they're gonna grow old and die. And you know, Duncan is sitting there like, but if I kill Kate and she's immortal, it will be perfect. And I'm like, I don't think this is gonna go the way you
like. I don't think that's how it works.
You want to talk to her first? You know, just talk to her first.
He didn't even do that. That's what Connor was saying. Like, you gonna tell her? And he was like, no, I'm just gonna do it. This is gonna be perfect.
No, I'm gonna have this drink though,
bruh.
We both gonna hold this drink. But
gonna hold this drink. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
You know, we're not even gonna talk about it. We're just gonna have this drink, and that's gonna be that. Whatever happens moving forward from here is just gonna happen.
This wine.
I like how much of a man Connor took it after he stabs her and she wakes up from being killed. Here's Connor. Here's Connor. And then not Connor. Here's Duncan. Shh. Why are you acting crazy,
bro? You know, even when I saw this in the theater, I'm looking at Duncan like, hey, Duncan. Even if you stabbed me and I became like Richie, dog, it's like Richie in the TV show when he became immortal and he woke up after he got stabbed from being mugged. He wowed out just like Kate, like, what the fuck just happened? Like, yo, I just got killed. How am I alive? And I'm looking at Duncan like, hey, Duncan, how did you not think you did this to a woman who just saw you stab her?
Yeah, and like, by the way, I like the fact that there was no mention of her in the entire series.
The least you could have done. Duncan, the least that you could have done, the least you could have done was said, don't worry, you're going to wake up in a minute. She's what? Right there. What? Stab.
Who wants to live forever?
Stab.
Dude, that was the equivalent of fucking old girl from Goodfellas when she's pointing the gun at Henry and shit. That's what Duncan did, basically. It was like, yo, she opened her eyes. It's like, hey, nice.
Girl.
Bam.
Karen
think about
it. Dead pointed at Henry.
Think about it. Think about it. Probably 14 girls that are listening to us. Think about it. The box have been beaten up, and you have given it. You have told the man, you win. Here's your WWE Championship belt. You won tonight. Whoo! I'm going to take a nap. You take a nap, and the second you open your eyes.
and the thing of it is,
yo,
I appreciate
tell her, dog. Shit.
I understood. Like, I will at least say I understood her anger. And it's like you took something away from her. She was one of those women that was like, yo, I wanna have a husband, I wanna have kids, I wanna live old and die. And you took that away from her. I'm like, yeah, she has every right to fucking want to kill you, dude. Like, you kind of did this to yourself, Duncan. Come on, what did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, you caused her a life of pain.
It really could have been. It really could have been worse, like a whole lot worse. Like, for example, your guy could have been Steven Seagal, and he could have said, "Hey, look over there," and just snapped your neck.
I mean,
here's the fun part about that. Steven Seagal does that anyway.
I know he does, but I'm saying he could have did that and accidentally made her immortal.
No, but you know what was funny is that she did some shit that, I mean, let's be real, women don't want to admit that they do. I just like that she had a fucking late night booty call and just told Duncan, I mean, this was nice, but I still don't trust you. I'm like, but what? You know what? You want to dig?
She did have a good excuse, and I understand why. I wanted to feel something, and if I was Duncan, you ain't feel it. You ain't feel them 7 inches. No. You ain't feel them 7 inches. 5 inches, and no, I didn't feel that dick, nigga. I was talking about emotion. Oh damn, my bad, baby.
No, AD, hold up, because it's like because he has to be a guy about it. What's an emotion?
Bruh.
No. Here's the dude. Yo, chill, relax.
Or Betty. No, wait, hold up. So I want to feel emotion. Is that something at Denny's?
What the fuck is that? The fuck is emotion, bitch?
No, but Kale's conversation with her was even more funny because Kale was like, you can't have me. I already have you, and I'll have you again. And I was like, so basically, she's just hoeing. Basically, he basically called her a proper hoe instead of an outright hoe, and I was like,
oh yeah,
that was funny.
In other words,
you know what I like about this?
In other words, she was a lady of the night.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I like the fact when they met up and the lovely woman that they hooked up, Edge was there. Edge just like was right there.
Hey guys, you remember when WWE and Eris remembers this? Hey, you remember when WWE hyped the shit out of Edge is going to be in Highlander Endgame? Go see it.
I remember that.
They hyped the shit out of that just for him to be in the movie for like 3 minutes tops, and I'm like, what?
Okay, them two lines.
Now we are about to get to the part where I literally hovered my mouse over the X button to turn this off.
Which is, please explain.
The fight takes place. First of all, I saw Edge and I immediately laughed because it really was a blink and you missed it moment. Yep. And then when he actually does participate in the fight and it's down to just him by himself, I was like, oh shit, here comes Edge for the freaking Rock. I was like, bro, like my man came in with the Supreme Brother Rock to get this job done, right? No, he gets stopped, and what came after that was probably the dumbest thing ever. Huh, looks like you lost your edge there, mate.
Highlander.
Listen, let me tell you something. I heard that immediately, and inner me was boiling with infuriation.
I got you, Eris. It was I was so mad when I saw that and heard that. I said, no, movie. You are bad. Hold on, Chris. You are bad enough as is. The fact that you're this bad is enough. You are not allowed to get away with a cheap ass throwaway joke, bro. This wasn't even this wasn't even Black Friday cheap. That's how bad it was.
No, and it didn't even. We don't even know what happened to him. Like, so did he get stabbed in the balls? Did he just let him go? What happened? Nothing. We don't even know.
No, you just heard him say it's time to go.
Put him through something, or like through a tree or whatever, or something with him.
So
stabbed to the dick, and that was it.
So Kel,
maybe even that didn't even happen.
So Kel's beef with Connor is this. So Connor decides to go back to his village that excommunicated him that we saw in the first movie because they're gonna go after his mom and dad because oh shit, you birthed a fucking spawn of Satan that's an immortal, so we're gonna have to kill you and burn you alive.
By the way, I like the fact how old. Like they make, dang man.
Christopher Lambert aged pretty. He didn't really age so well. So
rough.
It's like when
rough is the word, Christopher. Rough is the word.
He aged pretty rough. So when they do the flashbacks, I'm like, that's a hell of a lot of fucking makeup to try to make Connor look like he was in Highlander 1, and it still didn't do it.
Yo, the thing that gets me is this. I don't understand why all these Scotsmen are like, he's the devil, here's me. Hey, shouldn't y'all be like, oh, we can't kill this motherfucker. Hey, fight the British for us. Y'all didn't think of that once?
No, they had William Wallace over there. They were good.
Man, William Wallace could have survived. Like, oh shit, we got a fucking immortal. All right, dog, you can help us out. Nope, they don't.
Look, just imagine William Wallace like, we have an immortal, so you can be with us. You be with us, brother. I am with you. Wait a minute, what's that accent? It's Highlander accent. No, it's not. I'm from the Highlands of Scotland. No, it's not. Are you a Jew? See what I did? Mel Gibson. Anyway, I'm done.
Bro,
I had to do. Mel Gibson was an anti-Semite. I had to do that somehow.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. Somebody got something playing in the background?
Not me.
Spider-Man Miles Morales nearly unplayable.
Eris, I think that might be you.
Eris?
Oh, my bad.
Spider-Man Miles Morales is unplayable.
Are you watching DSP?
No, I switched over.
Are you watching DSP? This is equal to him jerking on his
No, I switched over to Twitter and I hovered over and this fucking audio only thing started playing. I'm like, the fuck is this?
Oh, no, but like the kicker about it is,
just imagine if Eris was being full Eris and we just hear, shut the fuck up, bitch. Oh my God, you're so big. Yeah, now say my name. It is like, now say my name. Vegeta, here's us. What the fuck is he watching?
Here's the don't worry. Here's me. Don't worry. It's as bad as it looks.
Here's the shitty part.
Here's yours. Joe, don't get excited. It's wood rocket. How is it? Now the girl looks nice, but the sex is sorry.
Here's the worst part. Here's the worst part about it. I put this video up on YouTube. He gets a fucking content ID match just off that shit. I'm like, son of a bitch.
we're like, here's what you watch here. It's like, I ain't watching nothing. You look at it, Big Booty Sluts 5.
It's like, you got a content ID match for Big Booty Sluts 5. What?
Like,
here's dude. Ew. Why not? Why are you watching that one? You should be watching the second one.
I mean, but seriously, like the whole backstory with him going back and saving him. Kale has beef with Connor because we find out him and Connor, they kind of are sort of friends, but like he's following his dad, and his dad is somebody that would make fucking Pat Robertson blush because his father is like
everything's the devil.
The devil, you're gonna burn. So Connor breaks out of jail. He fucking brutally murders the fuck out of these two guys.
I like this. What happened was they was burning his mom, and Bruce Allen over there doing the best Bruce Payne doing the best Bruce Payne of, I am sorry for your sins. I wanted to help you. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Could have helped.
Like I hate those. I like even from the beginning, I was like, I'm gonna hate this motherfucker, man. But anyway, so they burn his mom. Connor finds a way out that bitch. He goes to stabby everybody and all that shit, and he kills Kale's father, which make me say your dad was a dick. So I don't understand why you
also
kept
too.
it.
Here's my thing too. You don't put your hands on a guy with a sword to try to like, it's okay, son. I'm like, dude, don't do that. Like that's like going up behind somebody. That's like going behind Rambo trying to tap him on the shoulder. He's gonna break your fucking fingers. All right.
I mean, and the best part about that was. And what really got me was the fact that he killed both of them. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I hope you don't keep that beef for the next 400 years that you killed my dad. And then you burn my mom.
The grudge.
Nigga, we even.
Well, we find out
the grudge holding was so real.
But I'm
like, no, we are even.
But you
burned my mama. I impaled your bitch ass daddy. Why is there even any of this right now?
Because they need a plot for the story.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
But they preempted it because Connor, when he was trying to get his mother out, he had the Highlander fucking Sixth Sense pop up on him. He's like, shit, there's a Highlander near here. I don't know where. And the movie pretty much implies that.
I'm sorry. I like how you made it look like, headache.
Hey, look, Connor got to the door. He fucking got stunned for 2 seconds. Like, oh shit, what the fuck
like,
is that?
My head is hurting. There's a Highlander in nearby. Does anybody have any bear?
Basically, and like, obviously it's Kale, but like he hasn't been awakened yet. So basically, when Connor basically stabbed his ass and shit, that's what awakened Kale. And he basically is doing his philosophical. The first part of being immortal is trying to keep it a secret for the first 100 years. And I'm like, okay, sure.
Here's an interesting bit, CJ. What I enjoyed was the moment his mom was about to get burned. I'm watching as as McLeod is going nuts, just trying to break out of that place, and I say, and this is when he goes full Dracula from Castlevania.
Man, he is like D said, he goes Slashy McSlashstein. Just I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, he is working that shit. But also too, we got to point out that old girl at the beginning of the movie that Kale kills, Rachel. That's not the same chick from the fucking first movie.
Of course not.
No,
you really think at this point they would be getting anybody back from the previous movies?
The fact that Joe Pantoliano didn't show back up in this bitch.
What happened to his adopted kid?
Oh, hold on, I can explain that one. So what happens to her is she got late 90s death.
I'm talking about the
one from the third movie.
The one from.
They ignore the fuck out of that little plot.
Nah. Basically, what they do what they did on the TV show. The first half of parts of the first movie is true. That's all it is. Yeah. It's really that movie and onward, man. Because and I like how they did show that after Connor died, like 100 years or so after Connor died, Duncan dies, and you just see motherfucking Duncan waking up from being dead. And he just looked over there. What is that out there? You are immortal.
Yeah, I mean,
no. See,
who are you? Someone just like you.
No, what I was thinking of was how Homegirl got killed at the beginning of this movie. I was like, yo, you got the Eddie Torres death from New York Undercover.
I mean, and
you got the Apollonia.
No, because this came out in 2000, I wanted to keep it. I want to say you got the late 90s TV drama death.
I mean, and the thing of it is, as I mentioned earlier, and stuff, Kill and his crew, they roll up on the Sanctuary. Now, the Sanctuary, we find out, and Duncan finds out, since Kill has been breaking the rules for so many years, the Sanctuary was like, all right, you know how we can keep this shit from going to the wrong hands? We'll just start putting out to the immortals, hey, if you don't want to take part in this shit and you don't feel like spending resources to hide yourself, we'll hide you on holy ground and keep you away from the game where you can just live out the rest of your days in stasis, basically. And since Kill rolls up in there with his group on the bikes and stuff, have you ever seen a monk packing a shotgun? Well, that's what you see when
I think I saw that in one of those Dennis Rodman movies.
Oh, yes, they did. They did. What was the name of that movie? With the monks and Dennis Rodman.
Oh, you talking about Double Team?
Yeah, I think it was Double.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Double Team?
Double Team.
Yeah, Double Team. Yeah, that was the one with them. So, but this one, it was like, yo, and the kicker was that what made it even more funny is that they was like, yeah, we might want to take off their heads. They could be immortal. And I like how Kill was like, yeah, they are immortal. And I was like, and he got your ass.
First of all, I thought this was the coolest thing ever, seeing Los Illuminados show up with guns. I was like, if only they did that in Resident Evil 4.
That would have been nice. What's going on, Leon? Done.
Like,
No, it's called Simon Says, actually.
Yeah, Simon Says. That's the one. Yeah.
It was Simon Says.
Yeah, Simon Says. That's the Dane Cook one. Yeah, Simon Says. But yeah, it's that whole scene was just funny, and this is where my issue with the movie lies into is the editing, because he goes down there and he's looking for Connor, and they don't explicitly imply what happened to Connor, but then he cut to Duncan when he's doing katas and he has the sense that something happened to Connor or whatever.
And I was thinking that's because there was just so many immortals that died at one time.
Yeah, and I'm like, why? How did I still have no idea how Connor escaped?
Well, they made it seem as though Kale did it because Kale throughout this whole movie basically toys with people. Like, he's toying with Connor because he's like, hey, I want to make you suffer until I feel it's deemed necessary to kill you.
In
other words, it's the Bad Boys for Life plot.
Yeah.
In other words, he's not a good villain.
Yeah,
anytime a villain does the, oh no, I want you to suffer. No, you stuck as a villain. You just stuck as a villain. There's no cerebral shit that's going down here. You're not like fucking with my kids' grades or like making sure everybody hates me at one time. No, you're not doing nothing grandiose. Shut the fuck up and fight me, dog.
Also, something that didn't happen in the movie. Hey guys, you remember in the trailer they show Connor like splitting Kill in two, and he splits off into two Kales? Didn't even happen in the movie. That's what got me hyped for this movie. I was like, man, is this like a super immortal? He gets sliced in half and it's like two of them? All right, I'm in. And didn't even happen.
I think it was one of those things where they just thought, okay, that's just stupid.
Yeah, we only did the illusion stuff last time. So
no, I got you, Chris. When you saw it in the trailer and it didn't happen in the real movie, that was the real movie telling you, oh no, sit back. We got something even dumber ready for you.
This man parries Connor's super secret, super duper head cut off move, and I'm just sitting there like, how?
Because everyone has a counter to a move and such, but
how did he know that one?
Because
don't you understand? I know everything about you, McClellan.
Because he just wants him inside him. He's like, no, what's wrong?
That sounds very sounds very erotic, and yet that matches Bruce Payne's level of.
Well, at least he didn't have blue makeup, blue lipstick this time. So
I swear, when Bruce Payne said that, when he gave him the opportunity, he's like, "Look, I'm giving you the opportunity right now.
Kill me, Connor.
Kill me, Connor." Says, besides, don't you want to be inside me? Here's me. Sus, like sus, like I was like sus, nigga, sus.
Yo, Kate's looking.
When I heard that, okay, Evan, your late 90s screenplay is fucking edgy. We get it. God, they loved that line during the late 90s, early 2000s. Don't you want me inside of you, or some type of shit like that.
Bro.
It's here's the thing. After this movie, he did do Dungeons and Dragons. It was like 2000.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Highlander
still on a roll.
Exactly.
I mean, and you know what's funny? I'm kind of laughing. They didn't show Kate's reaction to that. Like, damn, nigga, I just fucked you the other night. Now you gay now? Shit. Fuck, man.
I thought she was gonna make a face like, okay.
I don't know, man. Part of me feels like
I thought it was good. You know what? Here's a good question. Now, all right, Eris. I have to go to Eris for this. No offense to you, Chris. I have to go to Eris for this because Eris has proven time and time again he is an endless fountain of D, knowing what D's hoardiness likes. So Eris, look at me, look at your best friend. You fucked the shit out of Kate, would you, nigga?
I mean, I would, but go ahead.
There is not a number high enough for how many times I would.
Wow, I thought it was going to be like, actually, D, no. I really thought it was going to be one of those like, I'm stepping out of this one, Dwayne.
No. I really enjoyed her with her 1999 haircut.
I loved her 1999. I liked her 1999 lip gloss.
That too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. We're never going to go back to that brand of lip gloss either.
Hey, that was that type of lip gloss where she felt like being cheap that day and went to fucking Claire's.
You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, she did the double swipe. Popping.
Hey, side note, that's old girl from Almost Heroes, so I'm already like, oh shit, that's the Native American.
Which they gotta say, I knew your ass was white.
You know what? It's you know what? I thought she was actually British, but she's not British. I was like,
I thought she was like some like weird Sally, what's the name of posse type of thing where it's like, oh, so her daddy. I thought she was like Mickey. I thought she was like Mickey James, where like her mama is like half Indian or some shit like that.
No, I thought it was a Kristen Crook situation where I'm like, Kristen Crook's Asian? Huh? Didn't see that.
Apparently she is.
Yeah, this one I was like, I'm with you, D. I was like, is she like part Native American? Oh no, this is Hollywood just whitewashing Native American.
Oh, she's just white. She's just white. Her lips just were a tad bigger, and they was like, oh, ethnic.
But she did have that 90s like white girl bob look to her and stuff that every chick in that era had, like in the 2000s.
I would say that, and I would say this, her beauty has kept up. She's not doing nothing major. She's not doing nothing major. She cut her own career making appearances here and there and all that. I thought that she like completely disappeared from acting because it's something to me. There was something very, very telling about the late 90s, early 2000s when it came to actresses. It was a revolving door. And a part of me is thinking that fucking circle of Weinstein type bullshit was just really rampant at the time, and a lot of girls that came in that were like gorgeous, that had potential of being the next big thing, just couldn't take that shit. I'm thinking that may be one of them, or just this, y'all. There were way too many of them, and none of these bitches could act. So I don't know.
Look, I think she just pulled a gal and just went home to become a family woman and just
yeah, she married like a real estate agent or some bullshit like that. She's all right.
It's like,
she ain't gotta worry about y'all niggas.
She does yoga.
Go ahead and say Highlander was trash. I got to check. What you got?
she takes the kids to school, does yoga on Saturdays. She's just doing mom shit at this point. It's like, all right, cool.
I was really going to say. I thought you were going to say does yoga.
Hey, CJ, she'll run into that one dude at Kroger to be like, "Yo, you were in Highlander."
He's like, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It was great." And
that fucking movie sucked. And you sucked in it too. I fucking hate you. Here's her. Wow. Okay. Like, wow.
Okay. Right in front of my son. Jesus Christ, kid.
I feel bad for any of those actors or actresses that get that one asshole that does that to them.
More like, wow. That was the third one. Like, that was the third one this month.
Yo, Steve.
HBO? Look, what is HBO showing that bitch again? What's going on?
Yo, let me tell you something. So Donnie Yen's character, Now, they didn't have this in the producer's cut, but again, just knowing the backstory on this and stuff. So Kill at one point, his followers, they're basically like a cult at this stage that we find out, because they willingly want to get their heads cut off, but Donnie Yen's character Jin K is like, yo, I didn't sign up for this. I just thought we were just gonna have fun and we were just gonna
do some stuff, and then you made a mistake, buddy. You screwed up there, bucko.
But there's a cut. There's a cut where he basically was like, "Oh, Kill, you're not going to take my head," and he decapitates himself in the most jankiest of CGI.
I did see that.
Oh, I saw that. I was like, "What? You know, you got to fight him."
I forgot about that shit.
I mean, but we know Jin K would have washed Kill. Honestly, that's just me. Here's
the thing. They fucked around to get Jin K the most interesting backstory than all of those assholes fucking had. This motherfucker used to be the second hand to the Emperor of China. And I'm thinking, like, that has backstory written all over it. That sounds awesome. Imagine if they went ahead, if this movie was a little bit better and they said Donnie Yen's getting the sixth episode type of thing where we're going to show this motherfucker being immortal doing kung fu shit. That would have been fucking awesome.
You know what I would have
And here's the problem with that. They could have made the whole movie about freaking Adrian and Donnie Yen. You could have just made them the main characters.
No. I would have did this. You give the illusion that Kill is the lead bad guy, and then you flip Kill and have Jin K just fucking murk Kill. Just
exactly.
And you'll be like, oh shit, I didn't see this coming. And Jin K was like, yeah, now I got the juice now. So what you gonna do now, Duncan? And it's like, all right, I'm fine with this. This works.
It's like, all right, you about to catch this work.
Because Jin K was the only one that was like, yeah, some shenanigans is about to happen. I don't know what, but it's gonna happen. I just don't know when it's gonna happen. Because like you look at the gang, it's like, all right, you had one of the guys that was like, I guess the other Asian token, other token Asian on the group that really, Duncan took out and stuff. Then you got some British dude that had a bat with nails, and I'm like, oh, check out Not Negan over here.
I called him 90s McNineties because he had the bowler. Remember, this nigga had the blonde hair, the bowler hat. I'm thinking to myself, what British punk bullshit is he doing?
The Tyler Durden, no shirt underneath the fucking coat shit.
Nigga! And guess what? And guess how many lines? And guess how many? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, looking like he spends every Friday night at Arthur Treacher's.
Man,
look at this motherfucker, Billy Kane's cousin, Jerry, over here, nigga.
Jerry Kane.
No, this is my thing. And guess what? And guess how many lines he had in the movie? Fuck all. He said nothing. The Jamaican nigga with the Stevie Wonder braid. Yes, braid, Chris.
Braid. Yeah, braid. My bad.
Who wants to braid forever?
Yo, hold on. Actually, no. You know what we should call that nigga? Who was the black dude in WMAC Masters with the blade? The black dude in WMAC Masters.
Oh shit!
It wasn't not the Machine, not
Bam,
Panther.
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
Oh shit! Bam up in this motherfucker doing backflips and shit. Had them little spikes, did nothing. And like you said, all of them were willing to get their heads chopped off, except Donnie. Donnie was like, "Nigga,
I didn't sign up for this. What the fuck is going on here? Fuck this. I'm out."
I was a second in command. I outlived the Emperor of China. I'm better than this.
Yeah, man. This was a movie that just fell so apart, and it's sad because there could have been some really.
It's good ideas. It's good ideas.
But at the end of the day, it's just like there were too many cooks in the kitchen.
I mean,
they didn't know what they were. I mean, you had the people behind the scenes, what it cuts, the dimension films, what it cuts. They basically pretty much said deleted all the footage, all the exposition to understand the Highlander universe. So there you go. And yeah, they had to basically. When you have to have alternative versions to a movie like this, it's not going to be a good time.
It really isn't. And I mean, that's the thing. When you watch the theatrical cut, you could tell there was a lot of stuff cut that even when you watch the director's cut, it's like, okay, you added to the story, and then you added like 3 more minutes to a love scene between Kate and Duncan, and I'm like, all right, cool, I guess. Sure, fine.
But I'm looking at it, I'm like, but yeah, why are you DC taking away the establishment stuff from Duncan? Because they didn't even establish face in the series. And they want to keep this in the series.
I'm fine with it just from the aspect of this is a guy that's been an immortal for so long, so you got a lot of leeway to kind of put that in there because it's like he's probably done some jank stuff in his life, and that's one of the jank stuff that he did. It's like, oh, well, you were being a fucking dick, weren't you? You know, so it lines up and stuff, but I get it because it does come out the blue when she calls him and be like, Duncan, don't you remember me? And it's like, who is she again?
I mean, she really did. I like the fact that this immortal, they gave her the most girliest thing to do with her mortality. She does fashion design. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Just give Barbie her fucking dream house, nigga. Get out of my face, dog.
But you know, it made it even more funny. It's like, and I get it and stuff, but it was just kind of funny how Duncan just casually just comes to her job and just want to have a chat. And I'm like, Duncan, you could have did that shit over the years, and you just chose now to have a chat. Like, come on, Kate, let's talk. And I'm like, no, we're past that at this point, dog. Like, what are we doing here?
What can I say? I'm direct.
I mean, and then Duncan is like, come on, Kate, you know, Kale can't give you what I can't give you, so why are you with him? And I'm like, because anger? Just saying, guys, like he's angry at you, so you gotta let it go. But you know, then in the movie, it's funny, it cheeses out at the end because the theatrical cut, we assume that we basically know Kate got killed, and it ends with Connor stabbing the sword at Glasgow and stuff, like, hey, you know, I did it, and that's that and stuff, right? In the producer's cut, Kate apparently is alive because Kale is like, I mean, you were nice to me, sure, I'll let you go. And I was like, okay, fine, I guess, sure. Happy endings, sure.
Why? That's the thing that get me. Why to let her live though?
Because happy ending, or could you just say that she escaped?
I mean, that would have been interesting because I would have been, if I was one of those immortals at the table, I'm like, hey, Kale, you're gonna have to work for this shit. Hide and seek, nigga. I'm out. Peace.
Exactly.
Something, bro.
Yeah, build that. By the way, I love the fact in the trailer they pretty much had, like you said earlier, you had like Kel using all this mystical stuff,
supernatural powers,
all this stuff, and have Connor and Duncan look like they went to another world or something to a point. Like
they did that as trail. You know what? You're right, because they actually apparently they did that as bait to kind of get people interested in the movie. Which I'm like, that's fucking dirty as fuck.
Yeah, that's just like, wait, they look like they were like, oh, they're gonna both finally fight this huge monster, or then finally build up to the Highlander.
Do you know the kicker about this is that Lucy Lawless is supposed to be Faith in this movie?
Yeah, Lucy. She's smart. She just like, nah.
Well, she said no because she was finishing up Xena at that point.
Smart.
Yeah, they were finishing up and stuff. Which I gotta imagine if you get somebody Lucy Lawless, they probably would have had her fighting. Because you'd be kind of stupid.
It'd have been a waste if she didn't fight in that movie.
Yeah, it's like you just had Xena in there being a love interest that didn't even pick up a sword. Like, that's a waste.
Yeah, you have to build. I mean, that would have been great to see something like that. It would have been really something. People would have been like, "Wow, this looks really," would have been really cool to see. But no, she does. Does she even fight in the movie?
The only thing she did was kick Duncan down some stairs. Like, I'm still pissed at you for making me immortal. And then that's when kills.
I was like, why make her this huge thing? Why do all? This?
It makes sense from a story perspective, but like you said, she didn't do anything other than I'm angry. And I'm like, I mean, cool, you're angry, I get it, but like, are you going to stab him? Are you going to try to take his head? Nothing.
No, because what would really be the point of that?
Yeah,
it's just wasting time.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting, but it lingered too long than what it needed to be. And even more funny was Connor and Duncan's fight, where Connor's like, "Come on, Duncan, kill me," and I was like, "This guy got a fucking death wish here." All right, sure. Fine.
That was
that was a lackluster fight a little bit.
That fight was so disappointing.
It was disappointing, and you're just like,
especially when you saw from the first episode of the TV series and stuff where they were both like really going at it and they were just practicing.
Yeah, what the feels when the TV a pilot episode has a better and more compelling fight than the big screen one.
Yeah, because you could tell their camaraderie in the pilot was better than what the movie was, and it kind of maybe it just speaks to the fact that in the movie the energy wasn't quite where it should have been for everybody. That's what
more like non-existent.
Yeah, and it's just like it could have been so much better, and it wasn't, kind of thing. You just sit back like whatever, and like I said, it's unfortunate and stuff, but I mean, if you had to end the series like this, sure, you end it like this. And apparently, like Highlander the Raven was supposed to pick up after this movie,
but it got canceled.
Yeah, it got canceled. So it's like, wow, that's unfortunate. And I mean, at the time when they said this was the last movie, you kind of came from it like, all right, it was okay. Like I remember watching this movie in theaters, and I walked away from it like, it was okay. If this was supposed to be the end, I'm fine with it, kind of thing, right? But then you got Highlander the Source, and I'm just like, why? Fucking why? Why? What was the point?
I definitely want to point out something else that was really, really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
This ending. Well, not just the ending. Sorry, the final fight. Holy crap! This final fight.
It was jank.
No, it was super jank.
You know what? It's making me wish.
Hold on. Let me go through my spiel real quick.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot to unpack here upon watching this. First of all, you had Connor and Duncan doing the freaking piccolo and nail thing when they fused together. They had that popping off.
Jacob Ken.
And then how does he beat the main bad guy? By doing a full wire foo flip over and I'm sorry, before he cuts his head off, he flips over him using wire foo, and my man turns around and gives him the Death Wish 3 death stare.
Bro.
He got what he wanted.
Gets his head
inside him.
Gets his head cut off. Gets the body, kicked off the friggin' railing, and holy shit, when the quickening happened and all hell breaks loose, son, I saw the face of freaking Connor, and I said, "Holy crap! This served a better purpose than the fucking Shadow Loft skull from damn Hurricane Heist."
Bro.
Then hold on. Then make it even worse. The special effects went so so batshit insane. I was like, yo, the sky ripped open. Fucking Ermac, Shiva, Motaro, and Shao Kahn fell out. A bunch of ninjas came flipping and shit. Because they used
one random ninja just doing random kicking and front flipping and punching.
Somewhere Reptile 2.0 was in the mix with Noob Saibot and
hold up. You said Reptile, so we have to do the obligatory Reptile.
Dude, the special effects used in that ending was just so whacked. Like,
but what makes this so better? This came out in 1999. Well, 2000. Still, that's terrible.
That's what 2-3 years after Annihilation.
Yo,
I mean,
this quickening was hilarious.
The move Duncan did, he did the same shit Obi-Wan did a year earlier in the Phantom Menace to Darth Maul.
Yeah, he did.
And that fight, for all you say about Phantom Menace, those lightsabers.
That's really. I mean, let's be real. That's the whole.
I'm about to say what you will. Everybody agrees on that. The lightsaber fights in that movie were great.
They felt more like, honestly, I was like, man, why can't Highlander be like that? I mean,
here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about that scene that really kills me is that the green screen is so bad. When he's he's over New York, you can see the fucking green screen outline all over his face. It is terrible. It makes this is one of the worst looking quickenings ever. And it's already bad enough that the quickening that happened before when he killed Connor was just lightning bolt. Random light bulb blows up. That was it. I'm like, Connor, you killed Connor McLeod. One of the main characters of this whole story. You couldn't make that quickening like, I don't know, a woman gives birth, a car blows up,
Something epic.
James Earl Jones go, and now Connor will be with us. What is that voice? I am God. You have done well, Duncan. You have my power now. Something. No.
Oh, wait. Hey, D, hold on. I got one more for you. It says, you have my power now. This is CNN.
Bruh.
Yo, here's the best part of all this. My son's watching this movie with me. Donovan goes, and I quote, so the JVC sign didn't blow up, son? No, son, it didn't blow up. Even Donnie was like, that was it. Y'all showed me a bit. You know who got a bigger quickening? When Dame Dash got his head cut off.
That was in his contract.
Yeah, it was in his
contract.
You
do. Fuck you, do.
He's right.
That's not. I think we found it. Y'all. It wasn't. So if y'all can give me money, let me have the best quickening.
Wait, no. Like D, you forgot. Like, you didn't hear me when I said it. He got 5% of that movie's budget.
Exactly.
Don't do it like look.
No, D. When I say that, I don't mean monetarily. I mean the 5% of that budget that went into him getting his head cut off is what he got.
So as you see, 5% of that, that's gonna be a stat. So you're gonna have to give me that, right? Exactly. Rockefeller Records forever. Jay-Z's never going. Me and Jay-Z are gonna be business partners forever.
I want to tell you something, man. You know what? We talk about black people and how we fuck with nerdy stuff, man. Can you I gotta imagine Dame hyped the fuck out of himself being in the Highlander movie. I know he did. You can't tell me.
A part of me thinks that he did like Highlander like that, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be a Highlander," and none of his homies fuck with Highlander.
They don't even know what Highlander is. Like, what the fuck is Highlander?
They can't say that shit because their street cred just disappears the second they'll say what it is.
Hey, you know
one dude sweating because he knows what it is and loves the movie.
Hey, you know who in that group does know about fucking Highlander? Fucking Memphis Bleak.
Memphis Bleak look like a nerd ass nigga that's been hiding out for years.
Memphis Bleak, the only one that got hype, and everybody looking at Memphis like, I knew your fucking damn cornball ass fucking know about the Highlander.
It was Memphis Bleak and Just Blaze.
It's like your herb ass motherfucker know about goddamn Highlander. What the fuck?
Actually,
man?
I think we all wrong. I bet it's Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z like, yo, Dame, do it, man. Always wanted to be a part of that, man. You know what I'm saying? And then the Queen comes in.
Imagine Jay-Z as what if Dame Dash? What if Jay-Z was there?
I'm gonna be real, man. I am so glad Jay-Z has never acted or never even wanted to act ever, because I would have been lighting his ass up.
He's been in a few movies.
Like
he's
what?
Terrible.
Like what?
He was in what's the face? Nobody counts it because it's terrible. State Property.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was in that.
He was in that dumb Dame Made for Him. Streets is watching also.
I'm glad he.
Jay-Z is acting, and it's terrible.
Oh wait, he has been. He's been in Streets is watching.
Yep.
Backstage.
Backstage don't count. That don't count.
State Property. Paper Soldiers.
He was the Paper Soldiers.
I was gonna say if it's a documentary, it doesn't count.
Yeah, he was in Paper Soldiers. I forgot about
documentary stuff. And
Paper Soldiers. It was just Jay-Z being Jay-Z and shit. If you want to be really honest with you, so
what's Jay-Z being
he was executive.
I don't know
producer.
what Jay-Z is anymore.
He was the executive producer for The Great Gatsby and Annie. So,
but he didn't even do shit.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, he did executive produce Annie. The black.
No, Great Gatsby, really?
Yeah, he executive produced that one. That's the reason why Kanye's music was all up in that fucking movie.
Oh, hey, Chris. Okay, I didn't know.
No. I don't blame you.
I said as I didn't watch the movie, nigga.
I mean, it was a very, very spectacle of a movie, but it was one of those movies like, y'all really love some Kanye in this goddamn movie. Like, Jesus Christ. It's a great Gatsby, guys.
Thank you, modern.
Yeah, I guess.
I need to point out something now that we pretty much covered cover most of this travesty of a film. So before we started recording this, I had a conversation with D, and it was really something that genuinely crossed my mind. And I said, there's two franchises that really are very similar with each other. And a lot of people don't make this connection. And I just want to get CJ and Duke's opinion on this. Think about this. These are two franchises. They both had one really good movie. They have a sequel that either overshadows it or is a complete piece of crap compared to the original. And the following sequels that come out after it still fail to cut that mustard. And that is Highlander and the Terminator franchise.
No. I mean, Terminator had two great movies.
All right, D, help me out.
So
Terminator 1 and Terminator 2.
So here's my thing.
All right, check this out. No, check this out. Because if y'all want to make this argument, let's do this thing. See, the first two movies are considered classic. There's no way of getting around both of them. Both of them do film noir very well. Both of them started a whole cult, and it worked out. Of course, there's no debate in the second one because the second one is a piece of shit. And Terminator 2 is one of the greatest movies ever fucking made. There's no debate in those two. There's not even talk about that.
I was gonna say Terminator 2 completely overshadows the original Terminator.
But the thing of it is,
hold on, I'm not done yet, my nigga. This is where it gets fun.
Mm-hmm.
The third movie, Highlander 3, washes fucking Terminator because Rise of Machines don't even try. Look, give Highlander 3 ain't great, but guess what? It gave a shit. It showed up. Mario Van Peebles is awesome. The fourth movie, and I told this to Harris, this is debatable. Which is better, Salvation or Endgame? That's very debatable in my book.
They have bad things going forward and good things going forward.
Exactly.
I would edge it to Endgame. Well, no, because they both had they chickened out on their endings. Because you remember, Salvation was supposed to give us John Connor actually dying, and we were supposed to get robot John Connor. And
See. And
then both had movies that went to shit with Genesis and the Source.
Yep. And here's the funny thing about that.
Now you see what I'm talking about.
Now, Chris, you've seen it. You've seen that movie. It's debatable on that one, which is worse, Genesis or fucking Source?
Genesis
is debatable.
The Source is worse because number one, they give us this super immortal. They give us a super immortal that doesn't make any sense. They go post-apocalyptic for no fucking reason. Connor loses his trademark fucking sword for some fucking butterfly knives, and I'm like, why? And then all of a sudden, it was weird all around.
I forgot about that part.
Genesis just created the cardinal sin of trying to do too many ideas, and you blew your load in the trailer. So why is anybody going to watch it?
Blew your load in the trailer, and you made John Connor Skynet.
And the thing of it is,
physical embodiment of Skynet.
And the only thing that's missing with Highlander is that while Dark Fate brought everything back to basics, even though it had to share problems and stuff, the Highlander series doesn't have its Dark Fate because they just said, "Fuck it, we're not touching this fucking series.
We're done."
Done. Hold on, you know what's funny is that for the last couple of years, up until last year, I watched one of Christopher's interviews at different conventions, right? He came out and said, and I quote, "I am really sorry to say, everybody, the feature film isn't happening."
Yeah, it won't happen.
Hold on. He said the feature film wasn't happening, but they're supposed to be working on another series.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, we were supposed to get Highlander the Raven, but you know what? Fuck it. They're actually going to do what you said, Sue, in the last episode when we were talking about this. We're going to get progressive Highlander. We're going to get a woman Highlander.
It's going to be progressive.
And she's going to be black and she's going to be gay. Boom. Done.
Yep.
The story's going to be crap, but
the story's going to be absolute dog shit.
She's going to be black, she's going to be gay, and she's going to be going against... Oh God! They have not made a villain for themselves yet.
Highlanders never had.
No. Hey, D, hold up! I got you. The villain for that movie, and I'm gonna go straight into Bach 3 territory, is gonna be a clone of herself.
No, because Highlander, if they're going TV series with it and stuff, Highlander, to his credit, even the series, they never had really like a mainline villain. It was always like, I think DD pointed out, at most you get like a 3-parter villain kind of thing.
And it's mostly an adventure story.
Yeah, it's mostly an adventure story, which is interesting because it's somebody from Duncan's past that he might have crossed paths with and stuff. I think it was one episode where he crossed paths with Immortal during World War II, and I was like, damn.
And he's a Nazi, I bet.
Yeah. I think was Duncan working with Hitler? I'm trying to remember if he was.
I don't remember. Don't ask me on that one. I don't know that one.
I know because I know even in Endgame they showed a picture of him during World War II, and he had the fucking Nazi mustache and shit. And I was like, "Were you part of the German squad, Duncan? Because if that's the case, dog, the Holocaust is on your hands, dog. Like, you could stop it.
Yeah,
you could have stopped the Holocaust, man. What you doing?
Unless
Duncan, here's Duncan. Like,
Chris, hold on. Unless he pulled a freaking Major Ocelot and was a triple agent the whole time.
I mean, maybe.
Or here's Duncan. Oh, shut up. You know how many immortals actually committed war crimes? I'm one of the minor ones. That's the only one I ever done.
It's the American way. Oh shit, we're in Germany. Oh my god.
Don't shame me for my past aggressions.
but going back to my argument, this is, you have two franchises that are that similar.
Yeah. I mean, and it's unfortunate because, like I said, it's just for them saying that they're not going to. I mean, they're just sitting on it and stuff. And I mean, we've heard like at one point, like Batista was supposed to be the Kurgan in the Highlander reboot, and then that they just been sitting on that since like 2016 was like the last time we heard about that. And I was like,
yeah, and that's when Christopher came out in 2019 and said that the movie wasn't happening.
Yeah, because they honestly, it's better for them to just table that shit unless they have a good idea. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised the CW didn't try to revive it for a series. To be honest,
I feel like it's one of those. I feel like if we ever see the Highlander again, and here's the funny thing, I think nobody disagrees with it ever coming back. I think you're like, sure, bring it back. I think you can bring it back, but it will be like, if I can see something happening in like 15 years from now, and we were like, yo, it worked. You know what I mean? Like, you gave it enough time, you let it breathe, you let a whole new crowd of kids see that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's the only way I think it can work. You know what I'm saying? Give it time type of deal of redoing it. Because when you remake a movie, you have to wait a good amount of time. Yeah. And they always pull the trigger. It's always like 20 years. No, don't. There's got to be longer than that. Wait a minute. You know what I mean?
Or you do the what is it? Or you pull the stupid move and wait 30 years like they did with Ghostbusters and completely botch that up.
And then they're doing another one.
They're doing another one that's basically, hey, you like Stranger Things, right?
Then they make another one. Then they attempt to make another Ghostbusters movie because they felt like they owe everybody.
And then here's the thing. Like, even when you said that right there about the movie sucking, then you bounce around and do something that you didn't see coming. 30 plus years later, Nutty Professor comes out, and it's way different, and it's actually funny, and it actually sticks around. It becomes a classic itself. You know what I mean? You don't get lucky like that. I think Addams Family got lucky with the movie even fucking working. When you really look at it, that movie probably was like, this is too goofy. It's not going to sell.
No, what made Addams Family work was, number one, the production, the actors, and the story.
Exactly. And here's the thing about it, and even when you look at the talk when they was talking about it, you heard people like even Angelica Houston. She was saying that as much as they lifted from the TV show, it's not like the TV show at all. And that was a risk. That was actually a risk because people only associated Addams Family with the 1960s show. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you do that, you're like, oh, this is different. People are going to fucking freak no matter what. So that's why I say you wait a while. You wait a while until you bring out Highlander again. I think it has been long enough now, but give me another 10 years.
Honestly, do it right after the pandemic type of stuff. I think people will be hungry for not just maybe a streaming service. I mean, some HBO Max needs some stuff. I think if they can do it right, if they can wait, like say after the Snyder Cut or whatever, they say, hey, you let people like this. How about who owns the Highlander stuff? Do they?
They do.
I don't know. It's
No,
weird.
actually, no. Studio Canal owns it. Studio Canal, the big French studio, owns it, and I don't know how that goes. I'll be honest with you, I do not know how that goes.
I mean, there's a reason why Endgame and 3 are on HBO Max and the other 2 on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, because the whole series is split off like that, and
the source. Good luck trying to find a place who's showing that. Good luck.
Oh, there's ways.
Fucking. There's a couple of them. There's
Actually,
everybody's showing the source. Every cheap one has the source.
Tubi got it for free. Never mind.
Tubi has that shit for free. It's on Pluto, nigga.
Like that, right, man? You can't even pay people to watch that stuff. Like you have to
for the for Highlander, like for the source, man. Look, it's. You can find the source. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
I mean, and that's the thing.
I got you. I see that. I think somebody cute a black dude point at his head. GIF.
No, but like I said, if I to this, like I said, the next one we're going to be doing is the source, and I kind of just phased out the source out of my head. Like I don't.
The source.
Don't worry, man. We'll bring it back to you.
No. Here's the thing about the source,
brother.
And this is the one thing I want to specify with the source. The source is a movie that when it did come out, it's not technically canon, but apparently it is.
It's weird because the director.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those movies where it's not canon, but it is canon.
The director did something that how nowadays and stuff, and you remember how everybody wishes that studios go online and see what the fans want and stuff, and you see that, with wrestling and everything else, right? And a lot of us will always say that's probably a bad idea because at the end of the day, fans don't know what the fuck they want, right? Right. So the guy that did the source literally went on message boards. Hey kids, message boards is before Twitter and all that stuff. He went to a Highlander message board and was trying to get an idea of what people wanted out of a Highlander series. That told me right then and there, oh, you really don't know anything about Highlander if you went to a message board.
You know what? Imagine you were hired. You're one of the soap opera. You're one of the soap opera writers that are hired by WWE, and there's a reason why they hire you type of people. You guys are good on your feet. Y'all can write really fast. Yada yada yada. And y'all good with doing outlandish, stupid shit. Y'all heads can go that way. So they tend to get those type of writers.
Yeah.
Now, imagine if you're a writer like, I don't know shit about wrestling. And you say, duh, let me go on Twitter for 2.5 seconds and ask everybody about all the wrestlers and what they think they should do with them. Holy shit. So, Mr. McMahon, I have a couple ideas. Like, Mr. McMahon, I have a couple ideas. Let me see that first page. You're fired.
That ain't a recipe for disaster.
That's a recipe for disaster.
This will be looking at the paper like, so what you want me to do is you want me to push up Daniel Bryan to win the Universal title.
Okay.
Get the hell out of here.
I like this. Okay. And he beats Brock Lesnar in a 70-minute match. Wait a minute. Whoa. Whoa.
70 minutes?
Whoa. No. Whoa. Who's Daniel Bryan?
He's the homeless person. He's the person who looks like he's homeless walking into your locker room, sir.
Oh, yeah. Brian. Like that guy.
Dude, make it worse. It's a 70-minute match as the main event on Monday Night Raw.
Oh my God! Yes, that is some more shit.
Not even.
Vince might be like, you know what? That's some good shit right there,
bro.
Here's my thing. This is always a good question. Why would you think that's what? No, see, there are rules for everything you do. You cannot just go into a store. You can't go into a fucking any IP and expect to let me ask the fans what they think. No. You can't do that. And you can't do that.
And that was one of the biggest things I said in phase 1 of Marvel when everybody's like, the Marvel should be talking to everybody on Twitter because we could have got Black Panther in phase 1, and that would have been the worst idea in the history of worst ideas. No, you don't.
Woo! Hey! The only clowns one thing in Black Panther. That wouldn't be the only problem, Chris, if they did half of this shit.
Here's a couple things. Number one, you remember during that period of time, everybody still was on that, man, we should get Michael John White or Wesley Snipes. And I'm like, you do know there's other actors that could.
You do know there's other black actors and shit. I remember the one person. I remember when everybody was wanting Michael B. Jordan more than Chadwick Boseman. Matter of fact, and this is why I get on some of y'all niggas. He wasn't even on your radar.
Michael B. Jordan wasn't on my. But the funny thing is, Michael B. Jordan was on my radar. I wanted old boy that was in the Tyler Perry movie, the Temptation.
Lance Gross.
Yeah, Lance Gross. That was the first thing that clicked in my head because I was like, well, if you're gonna get somebody young, you get Lance Gross. I mean,
my only one was Aldous Hodge, and I was like, the only problem I saw about that was maybe Disney thinks he's too ugly.
He actually did. Apparently, he actually did audition for that.
But here's the sick part. I believe Aldous Hodge before Amari Hardwick ass. Yeah, I was about to be Black Panther. He don't sit your yellow ass down.
Also, did you love how rich it was that Morris Chestnut tried to go on Twitter and be like, yeah, I got an audition for Black Panther. And everybody's like, man, sit your herb ass down somewhere, dog. You are not fucking Black Panther. Get the hell out.
You aren't. I'm sorry. And no. You know, he didn't say Black Panther. He said Killmonger. I was like, yo, Morris, you don't know how bad of a villain you are. You're terrible.
You know what it was?
You're terrible as a heel.
You know what it was? He saw his role in Best Man and thought that's Killmonger. And I'm like, no, it's not. You're just a dick and fuck. You a dick.
That's a good one, actually. That's a good one, actually. That nigga thought it was small. You said Best Man.
Yo, it's like, dude, you are a dick in the Best Man. That's not Killmonger. I mean, Killmonger is a dick, but still. But it's like the fact that this guy went to a Highlander message board. Yes, there was a dedicated Highlander message board. As funny as that sounds, it's legit. And I was like, you went to a Highlander message board to get ideas from a fan base that probably doesn't know what the fuck they want out of a Highlander series, and that's how you got the source. It makes so much sense when you really think about it, and it's just like, wow.
Why the switch? You know what? Whatever. Look, here's the thing. We're thinking too long. I want all y'all to listen to that episode, and that's all we gotta say. We talk to y'all next week. Peace. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Do not cough on the turkey, nigga.